Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. SBCs and FC26 have been lacking a little bit recently. After the Jordi Alba, the Busquets, and the Pogba, not too many of them have hit as insane. But I think that changes today a little bit. We're going to get SBCs that bring the hype back to this game as we have a brand new hero pack with no max rating that's expected to drop today, and this might be one of the best places to put our fodder, along with the max 88 base icon upgrade that is refreshing today as well. And I want to point out something actually about these sorts of SBCs. Even though they're risky, I've only done one hero pack this year. I've done nothing else. They've actually been pretty good value. We'll take a look at that and also how the new hero pack today should hopefully be good value as well. All the content, all the market discussion, and more in today's video. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Let's dive right in today by looking back at yesterday's content on Saturday. First, in objectives where you can double dip on Rush right now. Since we had the Flash Rush event, Night of Champions, with an 85 plus group reward pack for the objective and some other decent packs inside of here as well. If you're playing Rush right now, getting some evos done, whatever it may be, you can get the weekly Rush points and the Flash Rush event done at the same time. Of course, we love the double dip that comes around every 2 weeks or so with those two objectives. That was it yesterday in objectives. Of course, I know a lot of you guys are still working on the current league, the primetime league. I got to start working on that myself as we get closer and closer to the tournament that starts later on this week that you have to qualify for by playing the league. Now, yesterday we had an evolution, and it was the Evo that was leaked before the content drop, but the leaks were a little bit inconsistent. It sounded like it was not going to allow players who already have left back get put into this evolution, but this does allow for that. So silver left mids that also have other positions are allowed to be upgraded in this new defensive shift Evo, which gives jockey, it gives incisive, and it gives intercept playstyles, and it is 10,000 coins. I think the best card from this Evo is this Dorgu. Now, I'm a Spurs fan. What a game that was yesterday. The excitement of going up 2-1 and then all that going away with the 2-2 equalizer. Still, what a game. Pretty crazy. This is the best card here that I've seen. Now, sure, there's probably some other emotional ones that you guys are going to be creating, but with those stats, with the play styles, maybe being able to, since it's an 84 rated card with only 4 play styles, put on some other base playstyle evolutions that you maybe still have. Like if you have a pinged pass laying around, you could put that on this card. Maybe an aerial fortress if those are still available. You know, for 10,000 coins, it's not the craziest thing ever, but it is an opportunity to take a silver card and give them a solid boost and some solid stat boost at that without upgrading the overall too much. Going up to 84 rated, they could fit other evolutions decently soon. So not a crazy Evo, but a little bit of something. Now the SBCs, the player SBCs yesterday were really interesting. First of all, we have a showdown SBC. It's one SBC, but there's 2 different games inside of it. So you have Johannes, you have Zikai, Tanikawa, and Heinz. You've got Bayern Arsenal, you got Wolfsburg, Lyon, and inside of the same SBC, you get a player pick. So it's actually maybe a bit of a downgrade from what a normal showdown is. Like with Cavani, who expires today, and Portillo, you could do both of these SBCs, and whoever wins, you would end up getting the upgraded card. With this, you have to take a player pick if you want to choose between those 2 players, so you don't have the option to do both. You can only pick one. It's an 84 rated team of the week and an 85 rated squad there, so if either of those interest you, get that done, and if both of them interest you, get a premium Electrum Players Pack tradable as the group reward. Yesterday's other player SBC, I think, is more interesting than the previous 2 showdowns, but this one as well is still a little bit expensive. It's 100,000 coins for this Alba Redondo card, which her gold card looks like it could be pretty OP in game. 5'7", 4-star, 4-star, right wing, left mid, and striker. Good play styles, like almost as meta as it gets for a striker, to be completely honest. You got advanced forward plus involved with this as well. It's just, I think the price is a bit too much. Now, the thing with this card is they play on Tuesday. There's Women's Champions League games that happen this week, guys. So for Alba Redondo and, of course, the showdowns, because those games are upcoming this week, you could wait to see what happens in Real Madrid's women's team's game this coming Tuesday before deciding whether you want to do this or not, because maybe she scores or assists and then plays and they win. Then that would, of course, be upgrades that she would be progressing towards or even unlocking right away. So that would be something to kind of watch out for with this Alba Redondo card. Other than that, though, I don't think it's that crazy hype. We're going to have a lot of SBCs this week that are that level of hype, like not super crazy. We've seen the large list of players that are going to be coming out. There's so many of them. They're not all going to be good value. But if it's interesting to you, get it done. This is the biggest part of content yesterday, at least the most unique in my opinion. What we talked about in yesterday's video did come true. The star performers are here. This is the first mini release of the UEFA competitions, like man of the match performances, standout players kind of being recognized, getting cards in this game. It's cool. They're just like the old cards, like we mentioned from last year in FC 25, from Spurs, from Chelsea, from the Portuguese national team. They're only in packs for 2 days. They are man of the match, mega rare, fun cards, like especially with the upgrades that they have been given. Like this Mickey Van de Ven with finesse and low driven with rapid plus is just crazy. Like, is he worth 1.3 million coins? No, he's not. But it's the first day he's in packs. He's super mega rare, and it's also, I think there's a little bit of extra value for these cards because there's like a specific moment in time that they're most recently getting this card for. And there's just a little bit of that, not nostalgia, but added demand for these players because they just did something really sick. And a lot of people from, Spurs or from Newcastle, like wanting to use the Dan Burn or wanting to use the Mickey Van de Ven because they just watched him score that sick goal or, make that clearance or whatever it may be. Osimhen scoring a low driven shot, I'm guessing. I didn't see the highlights for how he got this card, but he's got low driven plus on this item now. And so I think these cards are really sick. They're going to be amazing to trade with. They're very expensive though, and they're going to be and maintain a very expensive value because they are only in packs for 2 days and they're not going to get packed very much. So if you pack any of these three, GG, enjoy it. And if you want to make some coins, learn the fluctuations of these cards. And I wouldn't say invest before they go out of packs because they're going to be super expensive, but maybe Dan Burn could be one that a lot of people are going to want to use since he's so tall, has some decent play styles, and just is kind of a notable player in the Premier League as well as a center back. That's a card to be watching for the next couple of days here for sure, as they are going to be in packs, probably dropping today, and then potentially going up a little bit into tomorrow on Monday as they go out of packs. Just a kind of a fun scenario to have those back in the game again. GG's EA. We will take those every week you want to drop them for as long as you want to go. Let's do it. I'm a fan of those. Now let's talk about the market. We've already alluded to some price conversation. Guys, the market, surprisingly, I'm feeling a lot better about the market. And if you're not, well, we're going to make some coins, and it's going to be with out-of-packs cards and these new Champions League players, man. These cards have demand. I tweeted out yesterday, players that have demand going up in price, like it was Pavlovic or it was Anthony Gordon, flying in price. And then I said players that don't have demand, and it was Scream cards. Because on one hand of the market, you have Scream cards that are still dropping. Remember on the video yesterday, I sold Rafael Leao for 1.33 million. He's 1.1 million right now. He may go up a little bit today, but I ain't messing with that because these cards just continue to stay the same price or drop. But these cards exploded yesterday, and they didn't just all explode in price and stay up, but they're fluctuating so nicely. A lot of them actually are down from where they were at their high points, but this guy Pavlovic I bought yesterday for 235,000 coins. I sold way too early. I was too scared. I was like, oh, I hope he can go up 30k, right? Oh, he did. He went up 30k, and then he went up 30,000 coins more, from 230 all the way to 300,000 coins plus on this Pavlovic card. But then look, he never even went back down to 230. He just kind of stayed between 270 and 300. Like you could have made 15k a card right there, buying at 270, selling at 300, and you could do that multiple times. That's why I'm loving these cards right now, because they're incredible. They're rare, and people actually want to use them. I ended up just buying 5 Estevaos for 220 to 230,000 coins because he was 260. He went up to 300 yesterday. He was down to 250, and I was like, okay, he's kind of getting a little bit lower. And then I looked an hour later, and he was 230. And I was like, yo, get me involved with that card, right? He's a very hyped card. Yes, these are live. And I think we have to be a little careful trying to buy and hold on to long term, because I don't believe that these cards are going to just rise out of packs, even though we got Champions League games still upcoming that are going to bring upgrades to these cards. Like, in the Champions League, such a big, competition. Same thing with the Europa League and the Conference League and the Heroes. I don't think these are cards that I want to invest in to hold unless they're fodder price. Knock yourself out. If you want to stock these guys that are discard value, like put a Holler back in the club for sure. Put a Zaruri in the club with the Tiki Taka Plus, something like that. Absolutely go ahead and do it. But if you're going to buy like Gakpo for your team, I don't know if I'd do that. I just think these are cards that today, hopefully, since we saw the rises yesterday, we can see that happen again today as people actually want to use these cards. There's true demand for Bonnie. Bonnie was just 170,000 coins. Look, he's back up to 183, but yesterday he went from 179 to 230. I can't remember, maybe one other promo team this year has had a really nice Saturday rise like this. All the other promo teams have a little bit of a rise and then they drop off heavy the rest of the day on Saturday. These cards, nope, they had a nice rise. They dropped back down to what they were, and I hope the same thing happens again today. Now, I'm gung-ho about these cards. However, I'm going to sell them around the content drop today on Sunday because I am expecting some market volatility with what's going to happen with the SBCs that we're going to talk about here in just a second. So I'm not saying, again, these are a long-term hold. I'm just saying these cards are rare. They fluctuate amazingly on the market, and you should be trading with them. Now, it wasn't just those cards, those maybe kind of expensive cards. If you're like, Nate, I'm on a lower budget, or Nate, what do I do with buying my weekend league team? Take a look at DeYoung, 83K, early hours Saturday, late night Friday, right? Dropped off a little bit from the Friday night market that we had. Nice rise into yesterday on Saturday, up to 91,000 coins. If we start to have this every single week, we are so back. If this is truly to do with some of the more coins coming out from weekend league rewards and the rivals rewards, hopefully we do see some more of a healthier market on the weekends, because you guys know, we've talked about it a lot. On Saturdays and Sundays, the market for the first 5 weekend leagues of the year just tanked. Maybe a little bit of a rise on Saturday morning, and then it's just boom, way down. And then Sunday, same thing, boom, way down. Yesterday was a bit different. Sure, you had some cards that still dropped off a bit, but not as much. And you had the good rises in the earlier part of the day on Saturday that just made trading with these cards very possible. So that's one thing that I will say from a market perspective. The screams made me super demotivated to trade. My motivation is back after seeing what has happened on the market with these cards and with the golds. Like, this market still has life in it, and there's absolutely still ways you can make coins. We're going to talk about even more ways today. Now, I will say there are some cards that I was a little worried about on Friday, some of the out-of-pack special cards, because of the market being devalued. Scream cards making people lose coins, like I lost coins, right? People may have a little bit less coins than what they had before. Now we have weekend league rewards and other rewards that are hopefully going to bring those back up. But you do see some corrections on out-of-packs players. Like Messi, of course, was 1 million coins. He's been dropping, but he dropped kind of heavy yesterday, went down to 820,000 coins. I think you need to be a little careful as some of the out-of-packs players. But even for the most part, most of this ratings reload team here, Doué's doing fine. Lauren James is doing fine. KDB Yildiz is up with the Juventus links. So I'm not worried that much about the market at the moment. Just watch your market fluctuations and be trading in and out of cards. Icons, heroes, out-of-pack specials, and the new Champions League cards. Get trading. We're going to talk about some more investing, right? Trading is short-term. Buying a card for a few hours or for a day or so and you're selling it. Trading is more of like, I'm buying it here and I'm waiting for some event to happen for it to go up. Sorry, investing is more of that sort of thing. And I do think we can invest in Fodder. Now, let's talk about why we would even invest in Fodder. The SBCs. Like I said, hopefully some of the hype for SBCs comes back, because not only do we have this refreshing today, but we have a brand new hero pack that is going to be dropping. And guys, like we've mentioned in the intro, and I've said a couple of times this year, most, if not all, of these hero and icon upgrade packs have been good value. So the trend's going to continue again, right? It has to. Now, for the new hero pack that we're expecting today, because this one expires, this is the pack code that was added a couple of days ago. No max rating. It's not capped at all. There's just something different about seeing a pack after seeing max 86, max 87. You're telling me I can't get anybody better than this. To see one that's open-ended, you could still get somebody terrible, but you could also get somebody really good like Ginola or Lucio for the first time ever, because this is an open-ended, no-cap base hero pack that's been added to the code. So again, we're going based off of what the schedule seems to me to be like. EA do things repetitively a lot with these icon packs. It has not been 100% leaked yet that we're getting that pack today, but that's my guess. You can now pack Ginola, you can now pack Lucio, Rudy Voller, and a Betty Pele. I think those are the best 89 rated cards. It's honestly not going to change that much, but when we went from the max 87 base hero pack to the max 88 that we have right now, the price didn't even change. And again, like I said, almost all the hero packs have been good value this year. So who's to think that the hero pack today is really going to be any more expensive. Guys, that's what I want to show you if you haven't noticed this yet. Here's the max 88 base hero upgrade that's expiring. 92,000 coins. I think it was 100k or 110k when it dropped. 73% upvoted. The other hero packs that they have dropped this year, upvoted 55%, 100k. The max 86 when it refreshed was not loved just because it wasn't max 87. It didn't change at all. But when we got the max 87, 56% upvoted, still 112,000 coins, right? And then we get to max 88, still 100,000 coins. Then we get to the icons. The max 88 is 180k and it's 69% upvoted. But when we go back to previous years, this is why this is actually something worth noting and talking about. The icon packs and the hero packs from previous years were never consistently priced week in and week out. They were all over the place. One week you'd have an icon pack that was like 117k. Sure, that was a bit of a worse one at that time. But then the next week you'd have one that would be 300,000 coins, or like the first max 87 base icon upgrade of the year last year was 200,000 coins, right? That's not bad. That's similar to what we had this year for that first icon upgrade. Then we had the max 88 and it went to almost 400k. You can see it was 76% downvoted, 24% upvoted. Then the next one was 260 and it was also downvoted as well. These icon and hero packs this year have been a lot more consistent in price. They've all been around the 100 to 200,000 coin threshold. The icon's about 200, the hero's about 100,000 coins, and they've just been relatively easy to complete. Now, you could point to the fact that we have a slower power curve and we have less rewards as to why EA has not made these SBCs more expensive. I think that's a very valid point. Probably the biggest argument against these being good SBCs is that it's harder to craft them, but it's nice when these are consistently like a viable SBC to do. Honestly, right now with the player SBCs that are out, maybe Park Ji-sung I want to craft, and a lot of the cheaper guys, like I want to get Romelu Lukaku in my club stocked up. I would love to have Cavani if I could muster up the fodder before he expires today. But a lot of these SBCs are like small ones, right? And there's not many. I'm sure a lot of you guys are feeling the same way as well. There's not many that feel like worth grinding towards the moment. And maybe you've already done Park Ji-sung, so there's like nothing else to grind for. You get today to a icon pack refreshing and a new hero pack coming out. It's kind of like, heck yeah, I'm going to hit those. And why not hit those? If you've got some fodder, the rewards have been bumped up a little bit, right? Nothing super crazy, but we're on the weekend, so we're getting weekend league rewards. We got the 85 to 87 upgrade packs here. We got some objective rewards giving us some fodder. Like, this is the week to do an icon or a hero pack. Like, I'm even thinking about doing this at the moment. For an 85 and an 86 rated squad, that's how easy it is. So I like this. I like the way that these SBCs have been kind of released this year because it doesn't feel like you have to decide, is an icon pack or a hero pack worth it? Most of the time, it's really the decision of, do I want to do an SBC player, which a lot of times I go for because I like the guaranteed player, or do you want to go for some fun? Like what do you want to do? You know, it's a nice option to think about that instead of, well, is this even worth it in the first place because it's expensive? Is it worth my fodder? So that's my little yap session today about the icon and the hero pack, because I actually think that they're decent value for this whole entire year. And with that being said, fodder shows it as well, because every single time we get a refresh or a new hero or icon pack, guess what's going up? Fodder. Guess what we should invest in today? Fodder. We talked about it yesterday. 88's at about 15k flat at the peak, but really you want under 15,000 coins. That's a great price for them. Diani is now fodder price. Wow. Maybe she has been, but I just noticed that. Isak too. But these 88s are about 15,000 coins. With squad battles today, I would get involved. Under 15k. Hopefully they can go up like 2,000, maybe if you're lucky 3,000 a card. I like 86s at like 6.5 to 6.7k. I like 87s at 10, and then 85s even below 3 I think is good too. Even stock a couple of 89s. I picked up a couple for 22,000 coins because if there is an 87 rated squad probably in the icon pack, well, the icon pack's the same. It's going to refresh. There is an 87 rated squad in there. Some people will use 89s, and these could just jump up a little bit in value. We also still have, for maybe the next higher rated SBC requirement, we have this that is still out there, the Essien Zambrata Vidic icon pick. I don't know if this would be today. If they drop this pick plus the refresh of an icon pack plus a new hero, it would be a lot. But if they do release this one probably is going to be around 300K, maybe 350 if EA is feeling really stingy and asking a lot for that. Then, you know, there could be an 88 squad in that, and maybe the 89s go up a little bit more. But I do like Fodder. I like informs as well, specifically informs that are 84 rated, 85 rated. I think those would do the best for the SBCs that are refreshing today. And if you do buy the Fodder today, I think I would try to sell the Fodder today too. I would list it up, try to cop some lazy listings. Like, again, if we can see 88s from 15K up to 17, that'd be awesome. 89s, if they could go up to like 25, 26, that'd be sweet as well. 87s up to 12, 86s up to 8.5. I mean, 86s were what, 9K? Were they even 10K last week? And they were 11 freaking thousand coins last week. I don't think they're going to go that high, but if they go to 8K, that's still a pretty solid return on your investment. So that's what I would do today if you want to invest in something for the short term and you don't want to mess with the market. I think those two SBCs, the icon refreshing and the new hero, are going to be the biggest parts of content today, and hopefully they actually are good value. But since those should be pretty good, I do believe we're going to see a bit of a market dip, which is why I mentioned kind of the cards and my plan for probably selling the Estevals here. That's the lowest price I got there of 208, and then I also bought one a little early there at 235. So I'm going to hopefully make some coins on that today, and also make some coins on this card right here. Let's go 465. Boom. So that's kind of what I would do is buy that fodder and then make sure you're out and get ready to buy some stuff after the content drop if we do have some dips there. Rest of the content today, I yapped a lot about those SBCs for a long time. I'm sorry. Let's talk about other SBCs. There's so many that are leaked. We got the Pope SBC. We've got a Jeremy Pino from Crystal Palace who can play cam and right mid with quick step, rapid, incisive tech, inventive, press proven, and he has winger plus plus. Decent looking card there for sure. We've got a Davinson Sanchez that looks juicy with 84 pace, 90 physical, and 85 defense. So that's his official card. Any of these could be today. And again, you know we have a whole huge list of leaked player SBCs that are incoming. Here's the Marcus Leonardo World Tour card. Saudi League links, 88 pace, 86 shooting. Not a bad looking card there either. So we're definitely going to get a player SBC today along with the icon and the hero. So who that is, though, watch out for like FIFA Trading Romania pre-content today. I'm sure that one of those guys or a couple of those guys on Twitter will be posting something about what player SBC that we are going to be getting today on this game. Other than that, squad battle rewards, as we mentioned, should bring a little bit of a supply to the market. Probably not going to supply this promo team much, but it could get you some fodder bids going. And then Evo-wise, maybe we have another Evo today. Usually on the weekends we do, but I don't believe there's any leaks right now. Speaking of leaks, there was that CDM Evo leak, but I think that Evo leak that, you know, we're thinking about here for the CDM Evo leak is I got another one of these. Oh, sheesh. 219K for Esteval. Okay. The Evo, the CDM Evo that was leaked, I believe is this one that EA did end up dropping in the store. The Big Fella Evo pack, which I think actually they're going to get a lot of people to open this pack. I don't think it's really worth doing it, but you do get the Big Fella Evo, which is 25,000 coins. And then you get that player pick with cards between 75 and 84 rated. And then you get 81 and above, 10 rare golds, 81 and above, 81 times 10. So for 50,000 coins, that doesn't seem the most terrible store pack that is out there. I'm being 100% honest, but you know, you guys saw me open that store pack on Friday and I got absolutely freaking cooked. So there's no way I'm spending my coins on that right now. We are in operation build the coin balance back up. Let's hit the campaign mix pack real quick and then we'll see what we get from this, and then we'll save the rest of the packs to the stream today. That looks like Oscar Bob. You know what? I'll take that. Probably one of the most hype promo cards from Ratings Reload. Speaking of a card whose price went up a whole lot and people were investing in him and then he ended up dropping a whole lot. Yeah, Oscar Bob did that. Okay, we can't leave on just one pack. Let's do one more. I'll do one of these 85 to 87s and I'll save the rest for the stream today. Dang, no walkout. Absolutely cooked. Wait, was that Ronaldo? See. All right, that's the video for me today, guys. We'll be looking at the icon on the hero pack today. We'll be watching the market, making some coins, and hopefully it's a decent Sunday content today as well and other places of the game. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you had any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the video today. Peace out.